The real question is, will the camera die today? It's always the question of the hour. What is this angle? Preserve us all. Okay. Alright, let me just pull out my tablet here. Have to get my music out. I'm gonna move that over like slightly. Okay. Get rid of all the notifications. Go to the internet. Let's pick some music. Oh no, I left my paintbrushes in the water. I'm a dingus. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, so what should we start off with this fine evening? Might just be easier for me to just do what I was doing before. Yeah, that sounds good. What is going on? No, I don't want your advertisement. Bum 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 bum. Ah! Ah! Welcome to me fighting with YouTube for another 5 minutes straight. This is what always happens. I get started fighting with the internet. Stop fighting me. I just wanna pick some music. Do not stop playing. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, da, 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 Oh, I'll bump the tripod. Okay. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We got some music. That's pretty lit. Alright, gonna move this over here. Move chat here. Oh. Now, playing. Alright. Okay. Hopefully everything is up and running now. Ow, my tooth. Alright. So it's been the weekend since I was last live. And so I tried to save my paint by covering it in foil and put it in the fridge. This is whether or not it lives. Oh my goodness, would you look at that? Some of it's still alive. Oh my goodness. Emphasis on some, and the plate is just absolutely decimated. That's okay, it's better than nothing, gotta admit it. Well, in that case, let's go over the tree with purple again, because we declared that that would be so. Or I declared that that would be so. And so I need to do it. I'll probably need it touched up with, like, pink again. But until that time, we'll do this. I think it got darker in color. Can't legit just change properties on me like this. It's like, no. I will no longer be the original color you made. No, no, no. You wanted a darker shade all along. I know you did. Yes, this is art. Oh, hello? Hey, Michelangelo! this fine evening. I'm aggressively beating a wall with a paper towel and some paint I stored in the fridge over the weekend. You know, as a typical human being typically does. I have to like journey every time I wanna look at chat. If only I could have it like hanging in front of my face. Just... Oh, I have some fun stuff to do while we're waiting for paint to dry. I actually have entertaining things to do, involving bobbleheads, a monster truck, and a cool book. I woke up from an accidental nap. Feel that! Oh my goodness, it was like 5 something, and I was like, man, I'm really sleepy. I'ma just... And then I did, and it's great. Where else would you keep paint? I don't know, in a box in your attic, next to your collection of Furbies. I don't know. I don't know where people keep their paint. It's not a typical thing I ask people. I don't typically go like, oh, how are you this fine day? What's your name? Where do you keep your paint? I do, however, go up to people and be like, oh, what a lovely day we're having. What's your social security number? The real question is, do we leave it at this purple coating, or do we go over it again with pink? That is the question we all ask. Well, at least I'm asking, so... Bobbleheads? Yes, I got them on my trip, my senior trip. I got them. Alright, first we have this lovely couple. We have this lovely couple that I acquired. Look at them. Look at these turtle deers. These dirtles. / giraffe / creature things. Maybe they're giraffe turtles. Giraffes. Look, what a lovely couple. And then there's this derpy little boy that I absolutely adore. And he's a bunny turtle, or a birdle. And he's adorable. I love him. The attic is an appropriate place for Furbies. You can possess those things. I mean, you're not wrong. You missed the last painting stream. We were talking about, I had my blue wig out. You know how typically, when I get locked in this room all by myself, you know, and talking to a camera and I'm left alone with the blue wig. The blue wig comes out, you know, at random points during the painting streams, and then things go wild. Yeah, we were talking about a Furby. We had a whole, like, religion. Girdle and Birdle, yeah. Okay, let me just... I said stay. Phone, do not fight me. I am trying to keep it in frame. Okay, it's in frame enough. It's in frame enough, right? It's in frame enough? And then if I stand over here, I can just be like, look at my art, isn't it neat? Okay, tree drying time. Now while we're waiting on the tree to dry, oh, I just realized. You need der painting. Okay. We're going to do der painting on the gemstones. Don't mind me, I'm just screaming at paintbrushes. As a sane human being does. Paint. Delicious. It's in frame enough. Cool. That's all that matters. That it passes it's good enough. You know, it's good enough to get by. A summary of my stream quality. It's good enough. No one will know that it's actually terrible. It's good enough. So how have you been? I have to like rush to finish this. So I'm probably going to be putting in lots of time on this week. Probably like every night, probably. Maybe, hopefully. Maybe even some mornings if I feel like it. If I feel like, if I'm able to motivate myself to wake up early on a morning and just get up and like paint, then like sure. Also, is the music too loud? Like, can you hear my voice? Very tired. Yeah. Seems no matter how much I sleep, I am always tired. Well, sometimes I'm not, and that's a wonderful feeling, but most of the time. So yeah, understood completely. Ah, well, one benefit of the paint being thick is it gives more coverage. So that's nice. I'll happily take this thick coverage paint. Means I have to do less work. Haha. Did my first opening shift today. It was alright. Cool. I mean, that probably means you gotta get up early now, which is no fun. Especially if you stay up late on a regular. Like, I guess it opens up your evenings. So that's nice, I suppose. Yeah. Coverage. Dude, one of these days, I'm gonna be a meme. The amount of the most memes are gonna come out of these painting streams because I just kind of like spend the whole stream just like losing my mind. Hence the title of this stream. Lost my mind. Have you seen it? I don't know where it's been. It's been gone a long time. Whatever brain cells I thought I had, they just vanish by the end of these streams. I just awkwardly sit here just like... Yeah. Binged another show lately. I watched The Quest on Disney Plus, and now I'm making my sisters watch it. Like, to me, it was a meh show. Like, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't the best. But they might enjoy it, so I'm like, you guys watch this now. Uh-huh, you guys watch it. Fun medieval fantasy show. Yeah, have fun with that. And like, it's supposed to be a reality TV show, and you know how when you get to watching reality TV shows, you often like root for a specific person that you really want to win? Yeah, that happened to me. I was like, yes, this one specific person, go! Yeah! Woo! And then like, the outcome was not what I wanted, and I was just like, no! My favorite person, no! And like, since it's a reality TV show, they can be doing like amazingly, you know? And then one challenge will absolutely break their knees just because it's like sheer luck. It's like one of those random challenges. What are brain cells? I don't know. I'd have to have one to know. I only know of them from what people speak of, so I assume that's what I'm losing every time. Maybe I'm just actually losing, like, thought process. I just get dumber every time you stream happen. It's like, what? What is going on? Is the music too loud, by the way? Hopefully not. Because I can turn down the extremely loud medieval music if need be. Look at that gemstone. Looking pretty fire. Actually, no, it's looking like a rock and a mineral, because that's what it is. Y'all, I gotta figure out a birthday gift to give to my friend, cause like her birthday coming up, and I always make her a gift, and I gotta top last year's gift, cause last year I made her a bunch of stuff, and she was like super hyped about it, cause I also made her a meme. But like, what am I gonna do this year? Like, I've already outdone myself. I also bought her a cardboard cutout of herself one year. Well, my dad paid for it, but you know what I mean. Because basically, I texted her, I'm like, hey, what you want for your birthday? She's like, well, maybe a gift card or like a life-size statue of me. Like, just joking, right? I was like, oh ho ho, you have made a mistake. And then I proceeded to order a cardboard cutout of her and then give it to her, and it was really funny. And she used it at her graduation. She set it up by her booth, and people kept thinking it was a real person, and it freaked them out. So funny. It was like, haha, quality gift. It's the gift that keeps giving. Haha. Music's good, quite a vibe. Yes, I found this copyright-free medieval music, and so I'll use that off and on. Okay. The paint is still wet due to the fact that I've gotten paint on my hand. Wow. Okay, what am I doing now? Waterfall done. Should we put that as dirt? Should that be dirt? Should that be grass? We should make it grass. It's gonna be grass. It's gonna be grass. It's gonna be beautiful. Oh, it'll be beautiful. That was wet paint! Alright, I'm also gonna just like dab some pink on here while the pink is still like alive. Because it will not last for much longer. It is just like slowly passing beyond our mortal realm. So I'm just gonna tone down this purple. Rest in peace, pink paint. You did not quite survive the refrigerator. Just soften that purple. Just soften it. Just soften it. Yup. Yeah, there we go. It's getting there. Just soften it. Yup. Just really soften the purple. Thoughts? Thoughts? Anybody thoughts? Yeah. Thoughts? Hey! Hi, Byron. Sorry I missed you. A true friend buys a cardboard cutout for your birthday. Thank you for calling me a true friend. Hey, Byron, still alive? Yeah. How are you feeling? Are you doing much better? Slightly better? On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your pain? How you been? How's life? Are you surviving? Do you need more soup? Not qualified right now for thoughts. Feel that one. Still have a headache. 72 hours better. Oof. Yeah. Still have a headache. Ugh, I hate headaches. Headaches are the worst. Like having a broken arm, that goes away. Having your internal organ removed, that goes away. Literally. But headaches, they just always persist. They always come back. Like, you're good for a week, good for a month, and boom, out of nowhere, headache. Headaches are the worst. Yikes, it's rough and sorry. Figured I would check in. Yes, thank you. Thank you for checking in. I appreciate that. Just working on the mural. The mural that robs me of brain cells regularly. Yes, tree. Lovely. Just gonna hide some of that light real quick. Don't want any of the base coat showing through too much now. Yes, perfection. Alright, well, the purple is definitely toned down. But now is there too much pink and not enough blue? I don't want too much blue. This is a day 3 or 4 banger of a headache. Looking good, kid. Thank you. I appreciate that. I try. Painting is not my strong suit, but for never doing something like this before. It's not half bad. Oh, I have painted a hobbit hole before. Let me actually go get that. It's in my closet. That sounds really strange, but let me just take a journey to the closet. Let's go over to the closet, chat. Let's take a journey. Let me just pull out this art that I did. What year was this? I didn't write what year it was. Shame on me. I painted a hobbit hole at some point in time in my past. Observe. Such quality is unmatched. What lovely flowers those are. And is that a tree? Yeah. This was hanging on my wall for a while. Such quality art, unmatched by any. What great artist has painted this? Let me just. Much nice. Thank you. Alright, let's see. What do we want to do while the tree is drying? Gemstones are drying. We could paint more white on the water. We could paint more. Maybe we should add a touch of light blue just to thicken this white paint. Because this white paint is thin as can be. It's actually disgraceful. Oh, that was too much. Okay. Oh. Like, it's a disgrace to white paint that this is as thin as it is. So maybe some light blue would thicken it up. My phone is about to die. Take care. Alrighty, see you around. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Okay. Needs to be lighter. More white paint! I'll be around. See you soon. Cool. Yes. What a lovely light blue color. What stunning shade. Such pale blue is unmatched. You know how to tell a real artist, chat. They use a paper plate for a palette. Who wants to spend money on an expensive palette when you can just use a paper plate? Like, why would I ever? You know? Why would I ever? The best art comes off of a paper plate. It's like when I watch those videos of that guy who goes around and asks people how much they spend on their outfit. I always am just like, yes, the thrifters are the best. They find the coolest looking stuff for like $10. And then these other people he interviews like spend $400 on a pair of shoes. And I'm just sitting here like, you did what now? They're like, yeah, I got this from Gucci and it was like $250. Or they're like, oh yeah, I got this like, this from Dior and it was like $250,000. Like, where are you getting this money? Like, I could never. Like, I'm gonna be eating, like, out of a cardboard box, like, on the street in college. I don't know where y'all getting your money. Oh, wait, credit cards. That's what it is. It's debt. I can about guarantee it. Either that or they're, like, selling their organs. I don't know. If it was a kidney or a new purse from Gucci, I think I'd choose my kidney. You know, nothing's made of higher quality materials than my kidney. What? You say it's made out of vegan leather? Well, guess what? My organ is made out of organ. Yep, and it's high quality. What do you want from me? Like, sometimes I wonder, I'm like, bruh. spend so much money on luxury goods, the luxury goods would have to find a way to make themselves cheaper so that they wouldn't go out of business. Because otherwise they'd be making all this stuff and spending millions of dollars making a product that nobody buys. Or, hear me out, maker community, we just make it cheaper and nicer quality and include a free pack of stickers with every purchase. We'll have people lined up around the block. Let me tell you. Give it some fun, funky, fresh packaging. Give a little handwritten note. Do the product better for cheaper. You'll have folks lined up around the block. Better yet, make the vegan leather yourself. Sell it to the big companies. Hey, yo. Y'all ready to make millions? Sounds like a get-rich-quick scheme, except the quick part doesn't exist. It's just a get-rich scheme. There's no quick. Alright, let's see. I'm worried that if we touch the tree anymore, it will ruin the tree. And I don't want to ruin the tree, you know? So I think we're just not going to touch this tree anymore. Not going to touch it. No. So what do we do now? I say we paint this over with our light blue base coat here. Could go with mushroom stems as well. Might as well, you know? Lovely. So I've looked into a stream add-on thing. It's called Stream Raiders. I might look into doing it in my gaming streams potentially, like especially Minecraft, because like I know right now I've been doing some like grindy stuff in Minecraft, right? So you know, obviously that's like long and boring. So Stream Raiders is basically, it's like this game and the streamer hosts it and you contribute troops from your thing. And then in like 30 minutes, or however long the timer is, there's a battle hosted and then you earn rewards to upgrade your troops. And you get to watch it live on stream. So that's fun. So I've definitely thought about that for sure. Because it's like, looks interesting. I've played a couple rounds in other people's streams and I was like, whoa, this is kind of cool. Not gonna lie. I also found, well, I was watching another person and they did a, they had a Pokemon add-on thing that at random points during the stream, like, Pokemon will appear and you attempt to catch them. I think I have to have, like, a computer to do that one, though. So, in the future, that could be fun. Because, like, I know I'm sitting here like, whoa, this is fun and new. I would love to do this. Always live. We might try to raid someone. Like I know we only have one person, but I was told that you can still raid anyway. Like, even though it's only one person, it shows that you're willing to raid people, so... And there we get into the finger painting. My graduation is coming up, and that's exciting and scary. I really don't like that, to be completely honest. I'm really kind of hating that. Let's just get some... Nope, okay. Yeah, I really don't. I don't like spots on the moon. I don't. I've done it before, a little solo raid. You're almost through high school. Yeah, I know, it's crazy, man. I don't know how to feel about that. It's crazy. Alright, let's get some, like, nice blue for the moon. I don't know what that means, but we're gonna try. We're gonna try to fix the moon, everybody. Fixing the moon. A side quest with Julia while we wait for everything else to dry. Let's add some, like, that glittery paint stuff to it. Another bottle, please. Thank you. Sweet. Alright, which brush do we want to use for the moon? Let's use this one, sure. Please be a good color for the moon. I want a nice color for the moon. It's a relief, let me tell you. Yeah. Is that too dark for the moon? Well, we're about to find out. Oh, that's a lovely frosty blue. How stunning. Yes, this is the peak of color right here. Lovely color. I don't know what I'm doing. I just slap colors together until I get something that I like. I might hate this color again and change it tomorrow, who knows? And there'll be another layer of paint on the wall. Why do I do this to myself? Okay. Gotta get that clean edge. Clean edge. My friend's birthday party is coming up, as I mentioned, and for their birthday, they're doing, dress as your favorite vine, and I'm struggling to pick a favorite, because I don't really have a favorite. I just like several of them, and they're all very funny. I'm considering going as Jared with his 19 bottles of, I mean, not Jared, Johnny, with his 19 bottles of, dish soap. Johnny has 19 bottles of dish soap. Wait, why does Johnny have so many soaps? Mind your business, David! That's a quality one. I've also thought about a potato flew around my room. Just come to the party dragging a potato on a string, or just carrying a potato on a string. There's also the possibility of me doing the battery meme, which is like there's also and they were roommates. Oh my goodness, they were roommates. So, like, I'm struggling to pick just one. And, like, some of them I probably should avoid. Like, well, when life gives you lemons, because probably someone else is going to pick that one. Because that's one that, like, everybody knows. Well, when life gives you lemons, I've also thought of doing the one where that guy's looking at a meme and he's like, haha, I do that. Because some of them are hard to dress up as. That's another thing I have to keep in mind. I have to dress up as this. Like, I have to be in costume to do this, you know? Like, it's more than me just showing up and being like, I am this vine, haha. And I've thought of going as the road work ahead sign, because that's one of my friend's favorite memes. And she's doing a different vine, so I was like, well, if she's doing a different vine, right? Then I could do, like, if they're doing a different vine, then I could do the road work ahead, and it'd be funny because that's like they really like that vine. They'd be like, haha, I'm one of your favorite vines, haha. Oh, I forgot to put mist on the waterfall. Well, it's gone now. Rest in peace, waterfall mist. Oh. You didn't see that. You didn't see anything. You didn't see that. You didn't see that. I did not just yeet the paintbrush. No. No, the paintbrush did not just go for a trip. No. You saw nothing, chat. You saw absolutely nothing. Oh dear. Oh dear me. So, not only do I have to figure out what vine to dress as, I also have to decide, like, what present I'm gonna make her. Maybe I make her a puppet of Papyrus from Undertale, just for laughs. Just be like, here's Papyrus, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Maybe I make her a Flowey or something. Or maybe I make her a painting of Treasure Planet. She likes Treasure Planet. They like Treasure Planet. And that could be cool. It's such a struggle, you know, it's such a struggle to know what to decide on, you know? Such a struggle. Well, the moon's been repainted again. Yay for me. I feel like I had it a lighter color and then changed it to a darker color. Is it just a lighter color again now? Who knows? I make strange decisions. Okay. Yeah, okay. Oi. Alright, chat, don't mind me. Just gonna scoot away from chat real quick, see if there's anybody live that I want to raid. When I'm done, that is. Okay, Clockwork Jules is live. We can probably raid her. Oh. Which they're also a crafter, so if you're down to raid another crafter, another maker and crafter. Let's see, what do I want to do now? I'm not okay. Alright. Oh, I forgot to copy the message for the music thing. Oh, sorry, hold on. Let me just do that real quick. Now playing paste. Wow. Okay. Man, I really gotta figure out how to get my concurrent viewers up. Maybe I'll just pay people. Just be like, I will give you 3 cookies if you stay. Okay. Okay. My paint is over there. I'm gonna make a journey again. Alright, I need a paintbrush. Give me a paintbrush. I dropped the paintbrush again. I mean, no, you heard nothing, chat. No, of course not. Of course not. Why would I ever scream like a Like a little fraidy cat. No, no. Why would I ever? No. Okay, back to painting. Just gonna put down a light layer of our off-white blue color to prep these shrooms for painting. We want them to have a nice thick color. This is still the most obnoxiously thin paint I've ever seen. Which is like super helpful. Really appreciate that. Something I really needed, for sure. Man, really wish I could listen to copyrighted music without the special Spotify player or whatever, because we could be vibing to like fan songs right now. Like, medieval music is fine, but it's not the vibe right now. In fact, we might just change the music. Thoughts on changing the music, chat? Thoughts? Oh no, that was too much paint. Well, I'm gonna be a tall boy mushroom now. I could switch up the music, because these are pretty, like, chill, magical vibes, which, honestly, doesn't fit with the whole, I'm losing my mind, I'm losing my mind, I'm losing my mind, I'm losing my stinking mind, my mind is gone. Oh no, our tree is broken. Oh, what? Alright, we're just gonna move on and pretend like that did not just happen. Right? Yeah. Alright. Just gonna loop around with the mushroom. Bring it in. Oh, that was too much. Oh, that was too much. No! Save it. Save it. Ah. Oh. Okay. Alright, executive decision. These are no longer the vibes. These were the vibes, but they are no longer the vibes. So I'm thinking we change the vibes. Like, these were the vibes, like, 30 minutes ago, but they're not anymore. We need something a bit more. Where did that come from? No! Cover that up. Something that never happened. Hello? Can you please stop leaning on the door? I am live, please. Oh, sorry. Please. Please, I'm live. Oy. Okay. Let me just, go over here real quick, chat. Alright. Pause. We're gonna get some quality music over here. Let's just get it. Do you guys want some cinematic battle trailer music? That could be epic. Oh, let's just keep it simple. Let's just keep it simple. Do not play mad. Don't you dare play mad. No.
Everyone has a style.
No. No. There we go. There's the vibes. Now playing. Music by Carl Casey at that audio. Bada bing, bada boom, more upbeat. Well, while this paint stuff dries and we awkwardly wait for inspiration to fall upon us, let's read something fun. This is a book Macaroon Granola. Hey, call me Mac. What's up? Hi, how are you? How are you, Mac? If you would like a cookie, type exclamation point cookie in the chat. What happened to my book? How'd you get bent? We're just waiting on paint to dry and for inspiration to, like... I did not just throw the book. No. This is the third thing I've dropped tonight. This is not okay. First the paintbrushes and now this. So that's supposed to be some kind of silhouette from the bottom of the piece. Wait. This. Alright, let me break down the picture, alright? Hopefully this will answer your question, alright? Okay, so let me set this book down. It's in my way. Okay. Alright. Okay, so here's a wall. See this wall? It is like a cool stone wall. Wow. You see through the wall, there's like a broken hole in the wall. In this broken hole in the wall, you see some trees, a lake, some mushrooms and stuff, and like in front of the waterfall and behind the tree, which is in front of the waterfall, is like this dirt, cliff, rocky thing that kind of goes inside the hole, right? The lake here, however, to make it kind of like cool, I don't honestly know what I'm doing, I'm not a painter. Basically I'm going to have, so here's the lake inside the wall, I'm going to have like the waterfall coming out of the wall as well, like it kind of just falls down, but I haven't got that far yet, so, yeah. I've probably spent, I don't know, maybe close to 24 hours in total painting this over the course of my streams. It's a lot. And every single stream I lose my mind. So yup. Is the tree dry? The tree is dry. Yay. I don't really know if I want to add more pink or blue, because I want to keep the blue tone down. And I don't know if the purple's too bright at the moment. Are my gemstones dry? Close. Still a bit tacky. And I really want to start on mushrooms and stuff, because nope, still tacky. So we're waiting on paint to dry, basically. While we're doing that, I have this book called Interesting Stories for Curious People. Basically, while we're waiting on the paint to dry for the stuff I'm working on, we can go through some of these, because interesting. Let's see. So this book is by Bill O'Neill. It's got all sorts of interesting stuff in it. Alright, let's see. Let's read about this one, shall we? Alright, hold on, let me take a sip of my water. I wish that I had the talent to be an artist. I'm just a writer guy. Hey, I like writing too. Let's see, what have I written? I've written off and on since I was like in 4th grade, right? You know what? I'm gonna put the book away. We're having a conversation. We don't need the book. I've written like off and on, like most of my life. I've never actually finished the book. I have an idea for like an original book, but I got stuck, and then I didn't write any more of it. But like one night, I was just struck by inspiration, and it was like 11 p.m. at night, and I'm just like scribbling down characters and like family trees and like a world map, like the whole shebang, like. And I'd say I enjoy story, just in general, like, the concept of story. I like games that are stories, I like, lore, I like giving characters a backstory. The most I've ever written in, and this is probably gonna sound super cringy, but, I was writing a Lord of the Rings, like, I guess it would be considered a fanfiction, since, like, I inserted a character, and, like, I'm going off of that, but it's not really, like, basically, I've added a character that could possibly exist in the canon of Lord of the Rings. And then they're gonna meet some of the main characters and that kind of stuff. And I've gotten pretty far in that one, but I haven't worked on it recently. But, you know, I like a lot of fantasy. Fantasy is my genre, always and forever. It's my favorite. I will say I do like learning about real people though as well. Like I like history, so that's always fun. As to art, I really need to do like a sketchbook tour and stuff soon because like I did not start at this in the slightest. Like I don't typically paint a lot, I draw more. I actually have, hold on, where's my sketchbook? Where it at? Where you at, sketchbook? Here's one of my sketchbooks. I've been working on art for, I think it's been 4 years at this point, like pretty seriously, like actually getting a sketchbook and drawing in it semi-regularly. And I have some OCs I made back in 2020, and they've come pretty far. Like their original drawings aren't the coolest, but let's see. Here's one of my OCs. He's an assassin with style. I read and write creative nonfiction. Okay. So, what kind of genre of nonfiction? Like, what kind of, like, do you prefer talking about people, places, events, trends, bygone fashion, weird facts? What kind of style you go for? Oh, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. I know, like, I don't know, how much nonfiction writing, besides, like, school papers, lab reports, I mean, I did my senior, thesis, well, mini thesis, we didn't do a full thesis, we did, like, half the length. I did that this year, and, it was pretty well, it was pretty liked, which I was like, yay, I did good. Which I'm homeschooled, and, so, you know, but I have a co-op group, so we met once a week. I'm done with classes. Oh my goodness, that's loud. Calm down. Hee. Okay. But yeah, my main topic, my rough topic of my thesis was, homelessness and, like, how we can do more for homelessness. And it was written from, like, a biblical perspective. And so, like, I used a mixture of fact and scripture to justify, why we should give more, right? And it's something I'm passionate about. I know not as many people are passionate about it, but it's something I'm passionate about. I want to do stuff for the homeless. Alright, hold on. I keep having to go off screen because my chat's over here. My creative nonfiction essay is about fossils, plants, insects, and animals, evolutions, and other associated paradoxes and conundrums of nature. I'm not an academic, just a struggling creative type who reads a lot of science books. Okay. Fossils, plants, insects, and animals. Fossils are cool. Also, plants are cool too. Like, I'm trying to think of an epic plant. Besides, like, carnivorous plants, those things. If those things could walk, we'd all be dead. People think that animals will take over the planet. Oh no! Watch out, the Venus flytraps are coming. Soon as they can figure out how to walk. I'm contemplating the idea of adapting my essay to be a satirical monologue or duologue in a play or musical for theater. That would be really funny. That could be really funny. Just a musical about fossils. That sounds fun. I've actually, in some of my past streams, I did some reading of some work I've done. Let me get more paint. I can put more paint on that now. Haha. I did some reading. There was a play I wrote when I was, like, young kid, and it's, like, the cheesiest, dorkiest play, you know, about, like, some fairies who are at war, or, like, something. And I need a better brush than this. It's, like, super dumb, but, like, I was a kid, so it was quality content for me, a child. And I had another book I wrote in 4th grade about how I went to a planet and moved in with an alien family. So, you know. My essay makes the alternative case for the evolution of birds from turtles, not birds from feathered dinosaurs. So what's your I would love to hear your input, because I'm personally not of the evolutionary standpoint. I don't agree with it, but I would love to hear your point. Like, I'm always open to hearing other people's, you know, love to hear that, because I don't think I've ever heard that before. Never heard, because I've heard that they've come from feathered dinosaurs. You know, that's a thing that I've heard before, but I've never heard them coming from turtles. That's a view I've never heard before. So how did you come to that conclusion, is my question. Like, legitimate question. I'm not, like, joking. I legitimately wish to know. Always interested to hear new things. Alright, let's see. Oh. Trying to get these lines straight. This is not working. Ah! No! Ah! Try to get, like, that nice, crisp, clean edge, and it just doesn't. Alright, let me see. Let's see here. I'll tell you, there's some funky animals in the animal kingdom, like platypi. Yeah, those things are crazy. Blind cave fish, those things are cool. Chat is over here, so I keep, like, bebopping my way over. Just off camera. English. I went and spelunked with classmates on my senior trip. That was cool. I like caves. Caves are fun. It's the first ever cave that wasn't like a commercialized cave, you know? Alright, let's see. I don't agree with the evolutionary standpoint either. Okay, I think that Charles Darwin put the cart before the horse. The idea that evolutionary change is random mutation is ludicrous to me because it leaves out inheritance. Okay. Yeah, personally, I don't credit Charles Darwin anyway, because some of his ideas were extremely offensive. I'm like, I don't give him any credit, period. Just like, yeah, okay, no. Still don't understand. I'm like, no. But yeah, I went spelunking, and it was cool. It was the first, like, non-commercialized, like, not all lit up with fancy lights and, you know, all lined out and that kind of jazz. It was just, like, headlamps, coveralls, let's go, you know. There was, like, one small space you could crawl through, And you didn't have to. Like, they always had an alternative called stairs if you didn't want to take the fun way. But we were extra adventurous. I stepped out of my comfort zone several times on that trip, actually. Go me! Like, I went some of the harder ways in the cave, and I also, when we went hiking, there was this one spot where basically, you could either slide down this embankment, which I didn't want to get covered in dirt, or you could go across this super, super skinny piece of dirt to get over to the very steep path on the other side. And then there was a tree branch, like, blocking half of it, so you couldn't, like, easily, like, shimmy your way across. You had to, like, climb around the tree branch on this cliff edge. It would then go down to the ground. And so, I didn't want to slide down, so I'm like, okay. I can shimmy my way across this cliff. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. And then I did it, and I was like, it was terrifying, you know? It was terrifying. I was like, I can't believe I did that. To be fair, I did psych myself out of crossing the river at some points because the rocks are very slippery and I did not want to slip and fall. I was like, not today. Not today, thank you. Don't want to slip and fall today. Cause like, you know in those rivers how like the rocks will get covered in moss. It's just, or like algae. And it's just like, if I step on this, I'm gonna go whoop. So yeah. Between the two guys on the trip, they helped me get across, so I lived. Ooh, the glitter is coming out on the moon. It looks like it's diseased, but we'll pretend like it looks beautiful. I'm gonna need more white paint. Or off-white paint, because the white paint is very thin. These mushrooms are gonna take a million coats. What color mushroom should we do? Should we do red? Will red clash? Is red gonna clash? Should we do like a dark orange? See, this is the problem. We come to this point, and I'm just sitting here like, what do I do next? What do I do next? What do I do next? What do I do? We could outline the lantern, maybe. We could outline the flower bits. We can do that, yeah. Oh, hold on, gotta come over here. Okay. If you ever take a class in microbiology, then you'll learn about the chief rival of Charles Darwin and Jean-Baptiste Lamarck. I feel like I've heard of him before. He championed inheritance of a mutation. The horse before the cart. The microbiology class teaches something called the revenge of Lamarck because he was proven to be correct when they sequenced the genomes of different animal species. Huh. Interesting. I feel like... Have I taken microbiology? I don't think so. I took biology, right? And we looked at stuff under microscopes. Taking chemistry. And then this year we did anatomy. Oh my goodness, anatomy? Like, I'm fine with the rest of the course, you know, but it was the dissections. This year I didn't do dissections like I did in biology because, like, it was like, either one, you pay for all this extra stuff for a dissection, or two, you just watch people do it and not pay anything. I was like, okay, well, why pay money on the kit when I can just watch, right? And then if I want to touch something and see what that's like, you know, like, I can just put on some gloves and be like, oh, wow, this piece feels funky, you know? Like, if I wanted to, I could just put some gloves on. So, that's what I did. And most of the dissections were fine, you know, we did a heart, we did an eye, not human, we did a cow eye and was it a sheep heart or a pig heart? I forget which one we did. It's one of them. And then we also did, I feel like there was another creature or something that we dissected. I forget. Anyway, the final dissection of the year, which happened last week, was fetal pig, and that was the most terrifying thing. Like, up to this point, you know, I've dissected a frog, I've dissected a fish, I've dissected an earthworm, like, I've dissected a crayfish. Like, it hasn't bothered me until that, because, like, it's a full-sized, it's not little, it's not, like, compact, you know, it's a full-size, it's a pig. Like, it's large. And I was just like, and the smell was super bad, too. Like, formaldehyde, you know, when you're typically dissecting, it's just like, oh, haha, oh, smells. But that was, it's like the first time I've ever gotten, like, oh, I might want to puke, you know? Like, it was rough. Like, Have I gone vegan because of it? No. Love me some bacon. But, that said, it was very, I don't know, it was just weird. It was weird seeing it. And then there was a point where, actually I won't describe that, but the point is, it was weird. I was like, this is weird. Oh, this is weird. Glad it was the last one of the year. Don't have to worry about it anymore. It'll forever haunt my dream. And like, we had to watch a tutorial about how to do it, like, on YouTube. And so, like, I'm looking on YouTube, and just the thumbnail picture, it was the first time I'd seen the full fetal pic, like, I hadn't seen what it would look like. And I saw that thumbnail, I was like, oh my, that is unholy, oh my. Like, I saw that, I was like, oh, I have to look at that, oh no. Oh. They sequenced the genome of the part of the cell called the ribosome, which is the engine of the cell. They discovered the inheritance in the female chromosomes. Huh. So, the inheritance on the female chromosomes, doesn't the male and female chromosome contribute? Like, isn't that part of genetics? Like, the Punnett squares? Where you take the two and you, like, mix them together and you're like, the baby will have blue eyes and red hair. Due to a recessive gene. Let's see here. Let's get some orange. Let's spice things up and do some orange, shall we? Where's my orange paint? Where's my orange at? I don't think we have any orange, so instead, we gotta make some orange. Or we could use this puffy paint. That is also an option, but I'm gonna opt to not use the puffy paint. Oh, I got red paint on my finger. I got paint on my finger again! Yeah, just don't mind me back here, Chad. I'm just, mixing paint. Yellow paint. Okay, or not. Just don't. That's fine too. Just ruin my plans. It's not like I needed it anyway. Okay. Let's see what color this will make. Dry off my paintbrush. Let's mix. Will we get a dark orange? No. Only the female chromosomes are inherited in the ribosomes. Okay. Huh. The more you know. Okay, this needs to be darker. This orange is too fiery. It's too fiery orange. Oh. Wait, what time era was this? Like, what time period is this that he was able to discover that? Is this like, is he around the same time as Charles Darwin? Because if so, man, that's something crazy to discover at that time period. Revolutionary. Like, crazy, man. Crazy. Science advancement in general is just like a crazy topic to think about. Like, 1 second we didn't know how to harness electricity, and then we did. You know, like, just think about that for a second. It's crazy. Just the advancement. We go from, it goes 0 to 100 real quick. You go from, yes, forsooth, look at the lightning in the heavens, to look, the lightning now powers my home. Yup. Or we go from, like, the Middle Ages, you have a ghost in your stomach, and he's quite angry. You will now die because the ghost is mad. And then, like, in like, nowadays we're just like, you actually have cancer, or, like, you actually have a malfunctioning organ. Nope, it's not a ghost. It's just your body failing, you know? Like, the advancement is crazy. They sequenced the genomes in the 1990s. Oh, the 1990s. Okay, that's not too far past. Like, if it was the 1800s, he's like, oh yes, look. If you observe here, grab your monocle, then sir. Instead of microscopes, they just have extendable monocles. Just, yes. I need a new fashion piece. The extendable monocle. I know I had orange paint somewhere, because this is just looking awful. Time to go digging through my stuff. Orange paint. Where on earth art thou? have some sad news. I don't think I can find the orange paint. It's sad, I know. Very disappointing. Oh. Oh. Honestly, science has never been my, like, I kind of have a love-hate relationship with science, to be honest. But I will say, there's those little moments in science that I get enjoyment out of. Like, when I was taking chemistry, did not like chemistry. Way too much math, you know? More of a creative person versus, let's sit down and do some math, you know? I think one of the cool things I learned in chemistry was when you make a boat, right? The boat is made out of a specific type of metal. If you put the boat in the water, the metal's going to corrode, right? So scientists figured out that if you took a little piece of, I forget which metal it was. I don't want to say it and then mess it up. But they would take a different type of metal that was more attractive to the water than what the boat's made out of, and they put those little nubbins all over the boat. And that's why those exist, because those will corrode, and then they can just replace those versus the whole boat corroding. And I was like, whoa, science is crazy. Like, that's what I get out of science. I'm just like, whoa, that's epic. Or like, this much electricity powers a light bulb. And if you multiply that by this, you can now power this many light bulbs. And I'm like, whoa, you can power that many light bulbs. That's crazy. It's all those fun little tidbits. Those are the ones I enjoy. Alright, I'm going to try to do this with this color. It's going to look dreadful, but point is, it's not the same color. That's all that matters. Okay, what time is it? Because I can only go till... Okay, we got a little bit longer of a stream. Are you down for a raid? Do you want to raid somebody? Because I want people to be willing to raid before I, attempt to do a raid. Because if not, it's fine. There's only one person here right now, which is fine. So I understand if you don't want to. But I think the creator I was wanting to raid is still alive. She is also a crafter, and she's doing some painting. But if you guys aren't feeling it tonight, totally understand. Moving out tonight, I will say that I think that the change in the evolutionary change in animal species must come from baby making cross species lines, such as zebra cross the donkey, which bases on feet. Huh. You can rate if you want. Cool. Interesting theory. I mean, to be fair, I think built into animal species is the ability, so for example, if you took 2 wolves, I think if you bred the wolves over a time period and isolated the traits, you would be able to get every breed of dog, potentially. Not necessarily from the modern wolf, but from just the Canis family in general. The originals have the potential to produce the entire range, and I think that's how they were created. I think that's how they were designed, you know? And obviously, humans have exploited that to breed a specific creature for their needs, for example, a bloodhound or a husky, but overall, and the same as with horses, you could take 2, ancient horses, and they would likely be able to recreate all of the species. you know. And I think that's how they were designed, to be able to do that. Because we're able to isolate whole entirely different new creatures, like a dachshund or dachshund, however you pronounce it, or a pug or a beagle. You know, we're able to isolate all these like creatures from a dog, and yet they're all the same animal. Like, you can breed a dog. Will it have the best results? Will it be good for the dog? Not necessarily. Some dogs have like medical problems, but the fact is that they're completely interchangeable to some degree. You know? And I might just be rambling on, not knowing what I'm talking about. But that makes the flowers look ugly. Not going to lie. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm just here. Mushrooms. I want some red mushrooms. Let's make a red mushroom. Shall we, chat? Yes. Yes, we shall. Where's my red paint? This is a very bright red. I don't know if I like this red. This red has too much pop. Too much pop. You are too red. Too red for your own good. Here. What brush are you? Oh, sure, let's try this brush. I don't know what I'm doing. La da da dee da dee dee da. Okay. There's a fish in the ocean that looks as if it was assembled with spare parts of other species called the mola fish. I think the mola fish is a cross between a fish and a stingray. This is the same silhouette form as a stingray and anatomy of a fish. Well, personally, I don't think that a stingray and a fish can interbreed. I mean, you know, maybe. I personally don't think so. Like, I'm no scientist, obviously. But I will say there are some funky creatures that exist looking like they're made out of, for example, the platypus. The platypus looks like someone took a bunch of animal parts that were left over and were like, wonder what I can make out of this, and just like hot glued them together, and then boom, platypus, you know? And I think, you know, that's probably one of those creatures. They look like they're made from spare parts, when in reality, they're just a fun, funky creation, you know? Like, designed just for kicks. No, I don't know. Like, obviously it probably has a purpose in the ecosystem. But it's also like, it's like the blobfish, you know? The blobfish looks super funny when it's not at its depth in the ocean. And we wonder, why does this creature have a purpose? You know, like, what is the purpose of this creature? Why does it look so funky? You know, I just think that there's some creatures that are just made the way they are, just for fun. Plus, they make scientists go, why? 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 And that can be very entertaining. Sometimes you just gotta stop asking why, and just gotta accept that it exists. And, that's my thoughts on that. For whatever it's worth. But you've clearly done a lot of studying into this topic, and you're clearly passionate about it, which is very cool. And, like, I've never even heard of that fish before. Like, I've never even heard that it existed. There's so many things in our oceans that we, like, don't address. Giant squids, am I right? Let's just take a moment to appreciate giant squids. Whew. Those things, quite large. whales. Oh my goodness, whales. Whales are cool. Blue whales and their communication through the water. Yo. You know? Crazy stuff out there in the ocean. The Aboriginal people of Australia have a creation story that the platypus was a cross between a duck and a rat, but I disagree. I think that it must be a cross between a turtle and something else. Well, the attributes of a platypus, we know it's got a duck bill, it's got a beaver tail, it's got venom like a snake, I believe, it's got spurs like a rooster, it's got a waterproof coat, I feel like I'm leaving something out, but it's got a whole bunch of attributes that look like they come from a bunch of different animals, right? And honestly, and like I said, like, I don't believe in the evolutionary concept at all. And it's actually really great to have a nice conversation about this, you know, like, I don't get to hear the other side arguments very often, and so I'm enjoying it. I just learned some new stuff, and it's cool. From my view, I think it was just made that way, because it was. Doesn't have a beaver-like tail? It doesn't? Have I been lied to since a child? I was always taught it had a beaver tail. I have been deceived. Even Perry the Platypus has a waffle cone tail. Waffle cone tail? I'm gonna refer to it as that from now on. So, waffle cone tail. But yeah, like, it's just one of those creatures that will probably always look at it like, why do you exist? It's also the only egg, well, one of the only egg-laying mammals. The echidna is another one. That's another funky creature. You know, it's just one of those creatures you kind of look at and we're like, okay, sure. You share a planet with you, and that's pretty interesting, you know? I've got one red mushroom. Should I do another red mushroom? You know what? YOLO. Let's do another red mushroom. You may never know the true purpose of the platypus. And that's probably okay, you know? Like, we may never know the inspiration behind it, the chosen way it was designed, but it was made that way for a reason. Sometimes I think just for fun, you know? Okay, sweet. So why would you think, like, why a turtle? Like, I know they say a rat, which kind of makes sense, though it doesn't have a rat tail. It's just furry and doesn't mind the water like a rat. So why a turtle? Is it the way, like, it breathes? Is it because it, like, inhabits water? Like, why a turtle? Yay! Somewhat clean line. Yay! Haha. There was a scientist named Donald Williamson who wrote books about his theory that butterflies must have been a cross between a moth and a flatworm. I disagree with the flatworm part. I think it was a moth and something else. His famous book is titled The Origins of Larvae. Huh. But doesn't a butterfly come from a larva? Why would a butterfly be a cross with anything if it starts as a larva and a caterpillar, then turns into a butterfly? Like, why would it need to be a cross between something? Because it already is something. It's a caterpillar with wings. It's a caterpillar who took flying lessons. So why would it need to be combined with something, is what I'm wondering. Because it technically wouldn't have to be. You know? Like, isn't it just a butterfly? You know? Like, I think I must have been a turtle, not a bird, because the platypus lays leather eggs and turtles lay leather eggs and birds only lay hard eggs. There's a thought. There's a thought. Okay. Oh my goodness! Oh, that was very close. Almost dropped the paper straight on my shirt. Oh. Like, once again, I think it was made that way for a purpose. Like, has to have leathery eggs because it's near the water. It's not like a bird, you know, it doesn't build a nest in a tree. It's gotta have leathery eggs. I think that's the way it was made. Because the different stages of the butterflies are different from the stages of the moths. Well, obviously, yes. They're kind of individual. One is nocturnal, one is not. And the moth stages provide for it to be nocturnal, you know. And moths and butterflies probably have a similar predator set somewhat, but also not, you know? Like, because I know cats. I know there were cats that would eat moths. At least I think there are cats that would eat our moths. We get Luna moths sometimes, and we'd find the wings just on the ground. So either there was a bird or a cat, because we'd have cats that would catch stuff. So honestly, Luna moths are very large and probably scrumptious to whatever creature ate it. But, honestly, I think it's just because they're different creatures geared towards different settings, you know. I don't think that one came from the other or one was before the other. Because if you think about it, if there were only moths and butterflies had to come from moths, how would butterflies, because aren't butterflies pollinators? Aren't butterflies pollinators? Aren't they some pollinators? Because monarchs drink milkweed. Are they the only ones that pollinate milkweed? Probably not. Like, I don't think one would come from the other due to their effects on the environment, which I'm sure there are some. I just don't know any because I haven't done any research on it. And moths don't migrate over vast distances like butterflies do. Exactly. You know, I'd say that says even more that they're two separate things and one didn't come from the other. Because if you think about it, where would a butterfly get the ability to fly over a long distance and migrate? Because if you have a moth, and the moth is not built for that, and then you combine a moth and a larvae, the larvae isn't flying long distances. So when you mix the two, you don't get something that flies a long distance. Does that make sense? I don't know. I'm no expert on any of this. I just think everything was made the way it was for a reason. Because by your account, the larvae and a moth, or you don't personally think it's a larvae, you think it's something else. I think that's what you said. Because that would be something you can't account for. Or, like, why moths are much chunkier than a butterfly. Like, they'd have to slim down a lot. And, like, certain features of the butterfly, like, their bright colors. Like, sure, Luna moths have some nice colors, but, like, butterflies have a whole nother set of colors. I think that it must have been a cross between a moth and another type of insect. But see, then you have that question, well, why would an insect mix with another? Because technically we don't have any, like, outside of, like, a butterfly and another type of butterfly, or maybe even a butterfly and a moth, because they're technically a similar creature, you don't see a stick bug and a butterfly having children or offspring. You don't see a mosquito and a spider having offspring. You don't see that. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Like, it stays within a subset, right? Like, a spider isn't going to lay eggs after mating with an earthworm. Like, that's not how that works. But I'm trying to think of any instances where something like that has overlapped. It's just like you can't combine a cat and a dog. You know? Like, there's just some things you just can't combine. Because it's not the same, like, subset. It's not the same thing. Like, just because they're both insects doesn't mean they can bond, you know? This is bringing up some interesting concepts that I don't typically think about. So there's the question, well, why moth? Why butterfly? Why don't we have just one? Why do we need both a moth and a butterfly? Can't we get by with just one, you know? Maybe you don't see that because no one has bothered to look close enough because they just don't believe cat plus dog equals pit bull dog. Well, see, no one has bothered to look close enough. See, that's the thing, though. I'm pretty sure science has tried. Science has tried to combine species the right word? Is it species, cat and dog, two different species? It's a genus. Because it's not that they haven't tried, it's just, it's not how it's, like, some things, like a goat and a sheep, they're similar enough that you can. I'm sure that's been done. Like a zebra and a horse. They're two different things, but they're both similar enough. Or like, sure, like a goat and a deer, probably. But stuff that are like completely different, like a frog and a snake, or a fish and a dog. You know, like, I feel like it just wouldn't work. Like, I feel like science has tried, you know? Because we've experimented a lot with like, species and stuff. Like, that's how we get all the different types of animals we have. That's how we get dogs that don't shed. That's how we get, horses that are faster than others. Like, we interbreed other horses and stuff. Tiger and lion equals liger. Yeah. Well, see, that's still a cat, though. They're still cats. They're not like two different things. You know what I'm saying? Like, because two cats, you can breed a calico cat and a black cat, and you'll get like a mix of calico and black cat kittens. Or if you mix a tiger and a lion, you get a liger. But they're still a cat. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a wolf and a lion. Like, they're two different, it's still two different boundaries. And I think even if you tried, I don't think they're built to do that. Because, like, if you tried to breed a bird and a cat, they're just not built to be compatible, you know? Because they're two different. And, like, I'm trying to think of another. But it's like you were saying with the zebra and the donkey. They're still both horse creatures, horse family, whatever that one's called, whatever that's, hold on, I need water. Whatever that, family's called, you know. Okay then, if it's not possible, then how do you explain mushrooms? Moss and jellyfish equals mushroom. Moss and a jellyfish? How did that happen? How did... Hold on, let me set this down for a second. How did you go from... First of all, how did moss get to the ocean to combine with a jellyfish? First of all, how did that happen? Second, how did the jellyfish combine with the moss, then move to the land, right? Oh, speaking of mushrooms, completely unrelated fact. Did you know that they can speak to each other? Mushrooms can talk to each other. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy, not gonna lie. But like, cause thinking about the behavior of mushrooms and thinking about the behavior of moss, like moss, if moss is removed, it doesn't come back, right? Or is that? Trying to think. Ocean floods happen and jellyfish do swim the beaches. Well, but think about it. Sand is not compatible with moss, right? And a jellyfish that ends up on the beach ends up dying, right? So, if that happens, you have a dead jellyfish now combined with moss, which I don't know how it combined with moss in the first place, you know? King Merlin, if a rude person from your... King Merlin, hello, welcome to the stream, first of all. Hi, how are you? If a rude person from your life suddenly shrank to a tiny size and you were holding them in the palm of your hand, what face of yours would scare them? That's a funny question. You're just trying to make me do a funny face on stream. Mushrooms do have tendrils. Hold on, I will continue this in a second. We're currently having a discussion. We're on two different opinions here about how some things in creation came to be in the world, you know. And we've been having a lovely discussion about it. It's quite interesting, honestly. If a rude person, what face would I make to scare them? I'd probably just open my eyes real big and just, like, kind of tilt my head, you know, like they do in the scary movies and just kind of grin at them. That's probably what I'd do. It's probably... I don't really have any people that I don't really like, though. Like, I don't... A rude person. I mean, most rude people that I've met in my life kind of just pass out of my life pretty quickly. I don't have to deal with a lot of rude people on a regular basis, which I guess is a blessing. So the classic open mouth shock face? No, not open mouth shock face. It would be more like, yeah. Fear me. I don't know. It would be either that or I'd hold them in my hand and then, like, be looking away and then, like, slowly turn around, just be like, ah. Look who's here! Just like, Would you keep them as your pet? Well, it depends. Can I hear what they're saying? Because if they're still being rude to me and I can hear them being rude to me, I don't know if I'd keep them as a pet. Like, I might just be like, alright, run along home now. Nice you stopped by. Haha. I can still... Many streamers said that they would pretend to eat them. Yes, I can still hear them. I mean, if I can still hear them, I don't know. Maybe I get, like, a little dollhouse, right? And I just put them in the little dollhouse, and then I cook them food, like, lots of good, tasty food, until they like me. Like, you can't be mad at somebody if they're giving you fresh-baked cookies, you know? Like, I just make them a bunch of tiny little cookies and be like, here you go. Here's a tiny glass of milk. Keep your friends close. Keep your enemies closer. But tidal waves happen because of earthquakes, so ocean floods do happen from time to time. So, yes, but I'd say... First of all, so you haven't really... So, how would a moss and a jellyfish combine in the first place? Because one is a plant, and one is a water creature. How would they combine? How would they... Explain to me how they would bond to form a mushroom. Like, how would you get mushroom from moss and jellyfish? You know what I'm saying? So how would you do that? As to back to the keeping them as my pet, I don't know, because they're also a human with like free will, so I feel like that might not be. If this is imaginary, maybe once I like convince them to be my friend with all the cookies, you know, once I do that, maybe I recruit them as like my partner, and then we go like on epic quests together. They're just like a tiny little, suit them up in some tiny little armor, make them a tiny little sword. Be like, all right, let's go, tiny person, let's go. I reward them with cookies after each epic quest. For those wondering, I'm just holding chat here. Also, I was actually getting ready to wrap up stream and do a raid, but I'm in a deep conversation at this point, which is very interesting. So for those of you who haven't been following the streams, we've been doing this painting that I had a sketch of, and then I've been doing it. I've probably spent close to 24 hours on this. So as to the mushrooms and the moss, they both have external fertilization. But even if they both do, can they combine? That is the question. Can a plant combine with a sea creature? Because if you can prove to me that a plant and a sea creature can combine as one thing, then we'll be somewhere, you know? Because, like, just because they can, both have external fertilization doesn't mean that they can combine. Necessarily. Per se. Yeah, we've been working on this. If it looks awful, apologies. I'm not a painter. I'm more of a drawer, a sketcher. Draw with pencil. Yes. While I'm waiting on this deep conversation, you guys want to see my cool bobbleheads? Look at my fun, funky bobblehead. Got this on my trip. It looks great. I'm easily entertained. It's the previous existence of mushrooms that have the same body form. See, I'd say that the proof would be seeing this happen, right? We see some moss and a jellyfish combine. That's the proof. Just because something exists that's similar to both things doesn't mean something combined. Like, for example, foxes. They were like, oh, foxes, they're like a dog, but they also do stuff like cats, you know? But we know for a fact that that's not how a fox comes into being. Like, it came from a dog, obviously. Like, it came from a dog, singular, like, the single starting dog form. The ancient dog has become all the dogs of today. Like, just because something has similar features to something doesn't necessarily mean that it is something else, you know? And, like, once again, I refer back to the platypus. Or we could even, like, what's another one? What's a different example besides platypus? Because I keep talking about the platypus. What about that lizard that has no arms or legs? It's like the glass lizard or whatever. And it looks like a snake, but it's actually a lizard. It's just a legless lizard. Or maybe... There's also blind fish. A blind fish isn't necessarily the accumulation of a mole and a fish, just because it's blind. It just means that the fish has adapted to its surroundings. The similarities are too much like each other. Poisonous mushrooms and poisonous jellyfish. But is that the similar? So is that the one similarity you're relying on? Because the ways that jellyfish toxin and the ways that mushroom poison affect each other are two different things. Like, if you eat a mushroom, you're gonna get nauseated, and you're gonna get dizzy, and you're gonna be like, oh. But you get stung by a jellyfish, and you start swelling. Like, I've been stung by a jellyfish. It's not pleasant. My foot swelled up. Like, it's two different reactions. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it was the same kind of toxin, and, like, that's another thing, like, some jellyfish, if you get stung by them, you'll be, like, completely paralyzed. Right? So, yeah, that's my thoughts on it. And I'm gonna say, like, I really need to, I'm gonna wrap up stream for tonight, but that said, I will happily continue this conversation. I'm totally down. I have lots of time to kill when I'm doing these painting streams, most of which is spent with me just, like, randomly waiting for people to talk. If you say so. Hey, we don't have to agree. That's completely fine. That's kind of the point of conversation. We get to learn things about other views. And it's great. It's like a mutual exchange. And we don't have to agree in the end, which is totally cool. Conversations rock. But yeah, like I said, we can totally continue talking about this. I'm totally down. Because, like I said, I have lots of time to kill while doing these streams, and I'm totally down for interesting conversation like this. Yeah, it's been great. So thank you. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Thank you for, getting me to think. It's fun to get my brain working. And yeah, I really appreciate it. So I'm going to do a raid now, if the person is still alive. So let me come over back behind the camera. Yeah, thank you everyone who stopped by. Appreciate it. We're gonna try to do a raid. La-da-da-da-dee. Let's see, who is live right now? Who is live? Let's see. Is Clockwork Jules still alive? Yes, Clockwork is still alive. So Clockwork is painting currently, and they've got chill vibes. So I think I'm gonna send y'all over to Clockwork, and we'll do that. So let me pull up my raid thing. Oh, oop. What have I done? Oops. Alright. Let's open up the raid thingy. Alright, this should work. Hopefully it works. Hopefully you transfer over. I do this every now and then, and I don't know if it ever works, if my thing will ever load. So let me just raid everybody, raid everybody. Alright, raid channel. Clockwork Jules. Alright, start raid. Alrighty, chat. Are you ready to rumble? Let's go. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Love you guys. Oh. Bye.